Constitution. Will of the people, 3 branches. Articles of Confederation. 1 branch, first plan of original 13 states. Supreme Court. Amending process over time. Two levels. Checks and balances. Must have 2 branches of government. Unwritten Constitution. Not in Constitution, cabinet or political parties or judicial review. Veto. Think checks and balances. Marshal. Federalist. Political parties. Nominate people. Jefferson. Louisiana Purchase a strict Toulouse, no official religion in this country. Constitutional Convention. Big states versus small states. Senate. 2 from each state. House of Representatives. Based on population. Money bills revenue. House of Representatives. Limited government. Division of powers. Elastic clause. Amending process, judicial review, amendment change. Bill of Rights. Limited, Schenck versus U.S. Anti-Federalists. Wanted Bill of Rights. First 10 amendments. All about rights. Constitutional Convention. 1 compromise was a bicameral legislature. Census. To determine representation in Congress. Articles of Confederation. Weak strength was in the states. Great Compromise. Representation. Federalists. Wanted Constitution. House of Representatives. Power to impeach. Anti-Federalists. Wanted Bill of Rights. Republican form of government. Representatives are elected by the people. 5th and 6th Amendment. Fair treatment for the accused. 2 different branches of government. Checks and balances. Elastic clause. Expands government power. Framers of the Constitution. Established system of checks and balances. Negative aspect of Articles of Confederation. provide adequate powers for the central government. Unwritten constitution. Practices of the government based on custom and tradition. NYS and U.S. Republican form of government. An elected legislature. To be a democracy must have citizen participation in government. Supreme Court has power to interpret the Constitution. Federalism. Division of powers between state and federal government. Accomplishment of Articles. Westward expansion. Name one influence on the writers of the Constitution. John Locke, Aristotle, Greek democracy, Enlightenment. Why did the Founding Fathers choose democracy as our form of gov't? Answers vary. What three inalienable rights does the Declaration of Independence give all people? Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. What is popular sovereignty? People decide how country is run. What did the British do to the colonies after the French and Indian War that changed the relationship forever? Taxed them to pay for war debt. What was the purpose of the Dec of Ind? State our freedom from GB. Why were the Articles of Confederation considered a weak gov't? Couldn't tax no army and states had too much power. What branch of gov't was affected by the Great Compromise? Legislative Congress. What are the two houses of Congress? House and Senate. What issue between the North and South was resolved with of the 3/5 Compromise? Representation in Congress. This document is also referred to as the supreme law of the land. Constitution. System which the power is divided between the federal government and state governments. Federalism. Principle of dividing power equally among all three branches of government. Separation of powers. The system that gives each branch certain powers to limit the power of the other branches. Checks and balances. What is one example of the system of checks and balances? Veto, impeach, judicial review. Under the Supremacy Clause, which laws are more powerful, federal or state? Federal laws. What branch is created by Article 1 of the Constitution? Legislative. What branch is created by Article 2 of the Constitution? Executive. What branch is created by Article 3 of the Constitution? Judicial. This term refers to the power given to Congress to grant any laws necessary and proper to carry out its powers. Elastic clause. What is one way a new amendment is ratified? You need 2/3 majority vote from Congress or 3/4 of the states to ratify. What did the 13th Amendment do? Abolished slavery. What did the 14th Amendment do? Blacks made citizens. What did the 15th Amendment do? Blacks' right to vote. What did the 18th Amendment do? Prohibition. What did the 19th Amendment do? Women's right to vote. What did the 21st Amendment do? Ended prohibition. What is one right guaranteed by the First Amendment? Freedom of religion, speech, assembly, petition. What right is guaranteed by the Second Amendment? Right to bear arms. What right is guaranteed by the Fourth Amendment? Against illegal searches and seizures, WOA warrant. What right is guaranteed by the Fifth Amendment? Against incriminating yourself in court. What right is guaranteed by the Sixth Amendment? A speedy and public trial. What right is guaranteed by the Seventh Amendment? Trial by jury of peers. What right is guaranteed by the Eighth Amendment? Against cruel and unusual punishment. What right is guaranteed by the 10th Amendment? Any power not given to the federal government in the Constitution is reserved for the states. What is the difference between the Federalists and Anti-Federalists? Federalists want strong central gov't. What was added to the Constitution in order for Anti-Federalists to ratify it? Bill of Rights.